Today we are flying one of Cathay Pacific's regional business class products between Hong Kong and Osaka to see what Cathay has to offer and what to expect when booking one of their premium cabins on such a 3.5-hour route. Stick around and watch until the end of the video. We pick up where we left off in the last episode, at the Murray Hotel in Hong Kong. After a somewhat hasty breakfast, we take a taxi to Hong Kong Station to catch the airport express to Hong Kong International Airport. Since this is Cathay's home terminal, there are more than enough desks to check in, particularly for business class passengers. The counters are all the way to the left in section B. After a smooth check-in experience, we proceed to immigration and security. Conveniently, the displays show the current queuing status, which is quite long on this Saturday morning. In the end, it takes us around 35 minutes from check-in to the lounge. Business class passengers have complimentary access to the 3 Cathay Pacific lounges at Hong Kong International Airport, all located in Terminal 1. That is the Pier, the Wing and the Bridge. You can also find the Deck Lounge, however this one is exclusive to first class passengers. During check-in you will most likely be informed about the lounge closest to your departure gate, but you are free to visit any lounge you prefer. In our case we choose the Pier. Cathay's business class lounges are often either beloved or hated, but we count ourselves among the camp loving the Pier. The lounge comes in a typical Hong Kong aesthetic with dark muted colors and tiles. One of the best features of the lounge is the combination of Hong Kong cuisine and international food. The selection is pretty extensive for a business lounge and made even better by the additional stylish bar and tea house area. I think what makes this so great is that it feels like it's still part of the city and its charm. Of course you're still aware that you're in an airport, but it doesn't feel like any other generic airport lounge. Perhaps the greatest downside is that the lounge can become quite busy and crowded, but maybe that also adds to the Hong Kong feel. From the lounge we get to gate 66 for flight CX506 to Kansai International Airport. Boarding this almost full flight goes well besides some waiting on the bridge. For this flight we are seated all the way in the back of the business class in row 18. For these shorter flights Cathay is using a rather old board product with a 232 configuration. On the long haul flights Cathay often uses the Boeing 777-300ER, whereas they will more likely use their Boeing 777-300 on their shorter flights. But admittedly the seat is more than fine for a daytime 3.5-hour flight. The screen is not too large, but fine as well. Somewhat annoyingly though, the headphone jack is not the usual 3.5mm double pin, but a mix of 3.5 and 2.5mm audio jacks. So my usual travel adapter does not fit and the onboard headphones are a bit too plasticky for my taste. At least the seat comes with a solid power outlet, so I keep my devices charged and have my headphones connected to my phone. Before we get to the service, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your support means the world to us and we have many more trips and reviews to share with you. So thank you for joining our journey. Getting back to the review, the main thing that makes this a premium experience is the service. The menu is not too large, but it has a nice selection of Hong Kong and Japanese dishes to choose from, especially considering the short flight and that we already had breakfast at the hotel and brunch in the lounge. They also serve their signature Cathay Delight and a range of spirits and teas. The service starts with a hot towel and about 30 minutes after takeoff the appetizers are served. Here you can see the braised chicken and the pork belly dishes, which are both not outstanding but absolutely fine. The lunch is finished with ice cream and wraps up about 1.5 hours after takeoff, so roughly halfway through the flight. There's not much left to do for the rest of the flight but to check the bathrooms, which are totally fine. On schedule we are approaching Osaka and touchdown at Kansai International Airport at 3:15 p.m. Deboarding and immigration run smoothly and we make our way to the airport train station. Since we're going straight to Kyoto from the airport, we visit the local ticket office and purchase a ticket for the Haruka Express, which directly connects the airport to Kyoto station. Since we already set up our Asia Link mobile data plan from Airalo, we are connected to the local service provider as soon as we touch down. Thus we use the 1 hour and 15-minute train ride to check our further plans in Kyoto. You can find our travel gear and get a discount on your next Airalo plan via the links in the description. This doesn't cost you anything extra but greatly supports our work. We arrive at the bustling Kyoto station on this Saturday at 5:30 p.m. and take an Uber to our accommodation. This leads us to a conclusion for the second leg of our trip in Cathay Pacific's long haul and regional business class product. Generally speaking, you can easily do this kind of 3.5-hour flight either in Cathay's economy class or in one of the low-cost carriers such as Hong Kong Express or Peach. They certainly don't go overboard with their service, but they will safely get you from A to B. However, if you want to see both Hong Kong and Japan and have already booked a business class long-haul flight with Cathay for the first leg, it's worth considering booking another leg on the same ticket, which is not significantly more expensive than booking the shorter trip on another carrier. If that works for your travel plans, the main bonus for flying with Cathay on their regional business class product is proper probably the lounge access. The Pier had been on my aviation bucket list for a while, and I'm glad we managed to integrate it into the travel plans. The board product itself and the service also make the trip just that extra bit more comfortable. So to break it down, the regional business class product that Cathay Pacific offers can be worth it if you combine it well with your broader itinerary. It's probably not worth going out of one's way to book it, but it's definitely worth connecting via Hong Kong, spending a few days in the city, and paying a small premium to make the other legs of the trip that extra bit more comfortable as well. If you want to know if Cathay is worth the premium on long haul flights, make sure to check our last video where we fly with Cathay from Frankfurt to Hong Kong. Also stay tuned for more travel videos from Japan and the flight back from Tokyo via Hong Kong to Frankfurt. In the meantime, please like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.